All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the pre-market show. Hope everyone is having an amazing morning. Man, it feels good to have everything just work the first time. So hopefully my mic is working good. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay this morning. No more internet issues. That's behind us. So the day already starting in a very good, positive way. All right, guys. So welcome. Hope you guys had a great day yesterday. Hope you're having an amazing morning today. Good morning, Norm. How you doing this morning?
Hey, good morning, Carlos. I'm doing well. Yourself? You're doing good?
Oh yeah, doing very, very good.
I
Compared
know
to
it's going to be a good day when I get a text from you at like 7 a.m. saying we're going to rock it today.
Oh
So,
yeah, absolutely. It's definitely wants that type of morning. Everything just clicking in on all cylinders. So that's always great. All right, folks. So let's get into it. We had a quite a pretty interesting day yesterday. Several stocks that were in play. We're gonna go through our hot plays and watch list from yesterday here. Then we'll get into our gappers list, and then as usual, look at the Nasdaq Active and Nasdaq gainers. This morning I was looking at Teva. Man, Teva is really taking a nice hit here. So we'll get into the details on there. And now I see JKS also coming up here -6%. So we'll get into that, see what's going on in that area. All right, so let's get started with our list from yesterday. JMIA. This is, believe, a recent IPO. Yes. So we looked at this one yesterday. We liked the daily chart on it. This is why we put it on our list. And let's see how it traded. I didn't really see any action from my end that I could have caught on this. But let's see the open. So right here off the bat, pretty choppy pre-market action. Then here it just does a beautiful pop towards the top. Cannot hold these levels in a huge sell-off. This is a very hard trade to take, by the way. This is not easy. Let me show you guys on the 1 minute. Again, the 1 minute looks a little cleaner where you can get a nice entry once it breaks the VWAP. But at this point, when you get a drop like this, you don't know if it's just going to be pure chop. And this strategy becomes a little different, a little difficult to trade. So clearly an engulfing crack here. One of the strategies we teach. We actually talked about this last night in our class 4. So a clear entry right here for engulfing strategy. Then it just takes off really nicely towards this previous day high we had here on this level. Nice drop, comes back up to VWAP, and then from here it just starts to get a little choppy, which a lot of the stocks we had did this during this time. They just start to get a little chop just to kind of settle in. But this here was a beautiful entry for engulfing pattern, a crack. Again, not an easy strategy to trade. TME didn't do much. This one I was watching very closely. Just basically
sorry.
chopped around. No worries. Basically chopped around here on the 5 minute. Look at this candle. Once you see this type of candle, that's a real big indecision, and you can tell that again. It's just pretty much all over the place. Second candles does the same thing. Look at these wicks. I mean, this is just not clean at all. So again, very difficult to trade here. I did not see any good risk to reward or any type of good open range breakup setting up here. So again, just avoided this stock completely after I saw that. AMD was nice. AMD opened up choppy, but then look at this beautiful VWAP reversal. It comes down to these levels here, these high of lows or high of day. I'm not sure which ones these are. I'll have to look at the daily chart, but clearly comes down to these levels and bounces right back from here to VWAP. And we talk about these VWAP reversals, how good they can be if they close above VWAP and they take off. So here nicely took off and then got into a real nice trend trade. Kind of held all these moving averages nicely, and it just took off all the way up here. Apple was a little rough. Apple was rough. No, I'm not sure if you were trading Apple or looking at it yesterday. But again,
I had
just
a couple of trades on it. It wasn't. There was very little follow through until you kind of got to the middle of the day, 11 o'clock ish, when it took off from VWAP there. But it was just a bunch of chop in the morning, really.
yeah, it really was. It was not clean at all. And again, here it does look like it's doing a double bottom here. But again, so early in the morning, it's hard to predict that that's going to be a double bottom. So not an easy trade to take. Then finally settles in and does this beautiful pop here. But again, overall the action not really clean here. All right, so JD was very nice. JD again, another pop here towards the bottom, and then it finds this level. You can see a lot of stocks did this, right? They all took off and then came back down and bounced off this previous day high or previous day low, depending on their daily chart, the respective daily charts, and then squeeze above VWAP, holds VWAP, and then does this beautiful trend trade. Then look at this, comes right back to VWAP, gives it another test. This could have been a good opportunity to get in for this trend trade. It doesn't go below VWAP. Obviously people are buying this up. Then from here just continues to follow all these moving averages all the way up. So JD trade nice. Disney was a good one also. Look at Disney, a beautiful opening range breakdown. This one's a lot cleaner. A lot of stocks didn't have this type of opening range breakdown or breakup yesterday. But this one, beautiful opening range breakdown. You can see here, it gives you a nice pullback. And the best part about it is the VWAP is right there. So your risk to reward is just beautiful. Get in for a short, heads down over here. You could have taken some out here. Might have tested your stop depending how quick you were with the trigger. But again, if you use your VWAP as your stop, you clearly will not get stopped out until you get to this level we had here. Again, just 132.04, which is the low of the pre-market. Hits it right on the head several times. And then you have another trade that builds up right from here, right? So let's say you missed that opening range. You have a nice, beautiful trade that builds up here on this moving average. You get in for a VWAP reversal here and then pops right up to VWAP. And then we know if it can crack that VWAP, it can go into a nice trend trade. And this one did the exact same thing. So again, Disney was pretty active. And the funny thing about Disney, we didn't have it in play until late because something broke out around 9 o'clock, right? We had some news that broke out, some volume started coming in, and it started creating a really nice price action here. SLDB, I really deleted this one. I didn't look at it at all, but we had it as a possible. But look at the morning open, just very choppy. You did get a nice pop here, but then after that, it just goes flat completely. Then the volume just dies down. Once the volume dies down in this type of stock, it's really not tradable. I just stay away from it and, you know, don't even bother with a stock like this. All right, folks, so that is what we had yesterday. Let's take a look at our stocks for today. Let's look at our gappers list. Let's start with ARCI. All right, ARCI up 30%. That's nice. Let's get our, oh, the stocks doesn't look too nice. All right, so we have a 1 minute. Here's our daily chart at the moment. I'm not sure about this one. What's the float on this? ARCI is 600,000. Yeah, this is one you want to stay away from, guys. Again, 600,000 shares float. Look at the daily chart. It had a pop a couple of days ago, then sold off. But again, anything with a float this low, 600,000, you want to be really careful. That's a real low float. Again, just not something you want to be risking anything with. So for our sakes and purposes, and just for entertainment, we'll put it down here, 31% up, 444,000 shares traded. We'll look at it, but I guarantee you this is something I am not going to be touching today, and neither should you if that's not your niche. If that's your niche and you found a way to trade these profitably, please go for it. Again, there's no right or wrong way to trade in the markets, but you really want to, if you're starting out, you want to avoid these because they're just, the learning curve on these is very, very difficult, if any. All right, so here we have M is up 3.4, 1.1 million shares traded so far, so that's quite a bit. Definitely in play. Do we have earnings on these guys today?
Yeah, they reported this morning.
All right, so M reporting this morning. It looks like they got some positive on their earnings report here. Up 3.8, 1.1 million shares traded, so definitely a stock in play. We'll take a look at this. We have some levels here that still seem to be really good. This 34, this 23. 48, nice clean level in here. Looks like the high of the pre-market is testing that now. We have another clean level over here at 25.68, so that's good. We could add some more probably in here around this moving average and these levels here. So M looks good. Let's look at Teva. Teva is interesting. Teva's been having a couple of rough days. I'm just gonna remove these levels because we got some good clean fresh levels now that we're around this area. This all-time low, this could be very close to all-time low on Teva. But usually pharmaceutical companies can go really low, right? I think this is a pharmaceutical company here. So let me just drop back. They can start. Yeah, this is.
You have to go a long, long way back there.
Yeah, this is 2000. So again, just crazy. But since I already went all the way back here, I'm just going to mark this down. This level right over here at 1133, and then all-time low seems to be 944. So we'll mark those two. I think it'll be worth seeing what this stock does today. But overall, this has a good daily chart. Again, just been getting hammered. Not a short selling restriction, but it was all day yesterday, and I expect that it will be at the open as well. Right now, pre-market action looking pretty choppy. It's got some good volume though, 568,000 shares. Although a lot of it sitting in this one candle right here, almost 197,000 shares. But it's interesting because it's hitting some lows that hasn't been in here for a very long time. So that could be interesting for any type of reaction, either a pop or if it cannot hold that level, it can drop nicely. So I like Teva. We'll take a look at it, see if it gets better. Right now, daily chart, we have some possible levels in here that we can look at. Looks interesting. JKS is down 6.7, 267,000 shares traded so far. Oops. There we go. All right, so here's our daily chart. All right, this looks interesting. Oh, I definitely like this daily chart because you got some very clean levels here of support here and here. So that's good. Let's see what the pre-market action looks like. Oh, not great. Hopefully it can get better. It's got some decent volume, 269,000 shares traded. But we really need to get a better pre-market action here. This looks very choppy, very algo-like. So again, nothing exciting there. We'll come back to it. Let's see. Hopefully it can get better throughout the day. Let's take a look at Nasdaq Active, guys. AY. So AY here is daily chart looks a little funky. See how you have all these days just really consolidating pretty flat, and you have more wicks than bodies. That's usually not a good sign for a good daily chart. So I was getting a little better here. You got some more bodies than wicks. But you could tell on this normal trading range, this thing could be very choppy. Look at the volume. You got all this volume and still not creating a good trading environment. So not too excited about the daily chart. And if we look at the pre-market looks, wait a minute, pre-market, there's no activity here. What's going on? Am I looking at the right stock? AY.
It's a block trade.
Oh, there it is, a block trade. There's nothing happening here. I noticed that because I'm looking at.
I mean, it has everything going against it. It's a company out of the United Kingdom. It's a utility stock, so it probably won't move. Just got that one big block trade.
Yeah, no, this doesn't make any sense. I figured that because I'm the way 515. I'm thinking this is the pre-market action. Wait a minute, no, it's not. So again, horrible stock here. And the daily chart kind of shows that. Kind of said this thing here again shows a little weird, even with the volume doesn't move much, right? So you have 1.3 volume in here, and you're still not getting any type of action. So, all right, we'll skip that one. What else we have? SQQQ on here. Nope. Nasdaq ETF. TVIX. We know volatility index. Another Nasdaq ETF. Heading down to number 5. IMGN. We've seen this one before, but it trades funky. I don't like the way this trades. It has 610,000 shares traded. What's the float on this one? 132 million shares flow. So it's a larger flow, but it doesn't trade too clean for me. We had it in the past here, but we'll keep it on here. We'll come back and look at it, but it's not one of the stocks that I prefer to trade if I can find something else that trades better. Next, we have ARCI. We looked at down here as a low float. It's, again, 600,000 shares. So you want to be very careful with that bad boy. Next, we have AMD at number 7. AMD, again, just if this was not AMD, I would bypass this immediately. Look at this. Look at this daily chart, just so choppy. It's just very choppy here, very horrible. But AMD is one of those stocks that even with that type of daily chart, if we look at yesterday, look how it traded nicely in this trend trade, giving you a good bounce off of VWAP. Now let's look at the day before that, right? Let's look at the day before that on the 13th. Look how it gives you this beautiful drop here. So again, don't be fooled by the daily chart on AMD. It can really put in some really nice trades. It looks like we're not going to have a lot today, so I'm going to put down AMD on here. That's one of the ones I'm going to watch. Let's head down to Apple, see what Apple is doing. Remove these levels here. Again, just kind of has a decent pre-market action, which also always seems to have some kind of good pre-market action on Apple, right? You're always getting some kind of activity. It's usually never choppy, so this is nice. Down only a little bit, almost 1%, not quite. Again, it's doing higher highs on the daily chart here. It looks like it's having a very hard time trying to crack this 190 level. We talked about that yesterday, I believe. Okay, here we go. We talked about that yesterday. Again, it's got a gap to fill here. So again, it's really trying really hard to get over that 190. You got a nice gap here going to 193 or so. So Apple's daily chart looks good. This was one that, again, we can watch, also see what develops out of here. What do we have? Nasdaq ETF and JD. What's going on with JD? I know JD was very active yesterday. Look at this daily chart. Pops up here, sells off a huge gap, and then gives it all back, sells up again, and now yesterday had a really nice day. We're a nice little trend trade, and then today is opening up pretty flat. So it could be interesting if it wants to go back and test these highs here at 30.50. You got another level here almost at 31. So I think JD's in an interesting situation with this type of daily chart. Traded very nice yesterday. Right now the pre-market action is not looking great. It has some volume, 154,000 shares, but pre-market action wise is not looking too amazing. But I have to say, for me personally, I'm interested in this daily chart to see what it does here. So I'm just gonna put it on here. If I find something else that's better, we'll remove it. But I'm interested in this daily chart just to see what the action is going to be. All right, next we have ARCI on our Nasdaq gains. Not much going on there. We have this one down here already. ENT is a penny stock. Let's not worry about that. PDSB. PDSB. What's going on here? No pre-market action, no volume. We'll skip that one. CLRB. It's got 80,000 shares traded. I believe we looked at this one in the past before. What's the float?
Yeah.
Okay, it's 4.4 million shares traded, so a little more than ARC. But again, just a stock that doesn't look clean to me. I'm trying to stay away from these low flows, guys, by the way. It's just, again, you could make very consistent money trading the mid flow stock. So, but this one looks like it's active. Doesn't have a lot of volume, though. On these type of stocks, you want to see like a 500,000 shares trade, like ARCI. That's a better one. If you're going to watch low flows, this will be the one to watch. This CLRB, it's really not doing much right now, kind of selling off. And we could tell this stock is very good at selling off. Every time it pops up, several times, you can see here, a drop here. Again, here it pops up, sells off again. So today it's already started to sell off, hit $3, and it started already heading down. So not too interested in that one. Next, what do we have? CLRB. We have Elway. Oh, this is nasty. No activity, no volume. DGLI, nothing going on, no activity. BCOM, no volume. TVIX, volatility index, obviously getting a few pops here with the SPY heading down. Next we have HIIQ. So HIIQ has no volume at all. All right, guys, let's see what you guys got on your end. Anything that we have not looked at yet? Anything that looks exciting?
Carlos,
Yep.
I got a few for you. You just swore off low floats, but your friend BPTH might be in play today.
Oh man.
And then also also Tilray and ACB.
Tilray, what's the ticker on that one?
TLRY.
TLRY. Oh my God! Wait, this thing. What is it up to? Yeah, this could.
They had earnings yesterday. There's not a ton of volume right now, but there will be later today.
Yeah, I'm sure there will. This is one that I am scared of, stay away from. But yeah, BPTH. This one, yeah, this looks like it's trying to get something going there. Wow, I had a big day yesterday. Didn't realize that. See what it did yesterday on BPTH. Yep, this is one of my buddies. Me and this stock has some good experiences. But look at this here. Yeah, something's happening with BPTA, so it'll be worth to take a look at this one. Not looking to trade it, but definitely will be interesting.
ACB and Beyond Meat.
ACB, and then we have Beyond Meat, right? That was the one that was active yesterday as well. Was that BYND?
ND, yeah.
All right, here we go.
So there's not much right now, but I guarantee that thing will be active later today too.
Yeah, it was very active yesterday too. I mean, it just took off nicely. All right, guys, what else do you guys have on your end? Yep, so TRY we have, BYND we have as well, TORY, BYND, ARCI we have. M has earnings. Yep, we have that on there. ACB, we also have that as well. All right, we have over here TCS. What we got going on with TCS? TCS has a really funky daily chart here. Right now, it doesn't really have a lot of volume. It is up nicely 10%, but I don't see a lot of volume at the moment. 17 million shares flow, so it's not too low of a flow. It is tradable. ATR 33 cents. This is why it's not coming up in our gappers list, because it doesn't have a large ATR. Yeah, so I'm a little skeptical on this one. Also, the daily chart, you can tell it doesn't move much, right? Look at these days. Yeah, here it has a couple of days where it did something. It's up 10% today, so it'll be interesting to watch to see what it does. But right now, the activity is not giving us any sign that there's going to be any type of action on here. This could be one you put in your side list and check it out later, see what it does.
And Carlos, I don't know, now they're calling out Baba in the chat room, which I have on my list too, and I don't know why I didn't mention it earlier.
Oh, no worries.
It's closed the gap a little bit from a spike, but it'll be interesting.
Wow, any news on Baba? This is a nice big drop here with some
Yeah,
serious volume.
they reported earnings.
Okay. All right, yeah, I'll definitely watch Baba. I'll probably remove Apple and watch Baba. This looks, yeah, Baba's definitely in play. Um, all right, so yes, Jelly Bean, I do trade the 5-minute open range breakup. That's actually my favorite strategy. Careful with M, conference call at 9:30. Thank you, AJM. So conference call at 9:30 with M. So we'll be on the lookout for that. Let's look at SQ. SQ here is not much activity, but I expect XQ to be active again on a day like today. If the stock market starts to drop nicely or other stuff starts moving, XQ is one of those stocks like an AMD that you can watch, right? Like an MU as well. What's MU been doing today? Nothing. What did it do yesterday? I didn't watch it. Yeah, see yesterday, MU also, great example here. We talk about this a lot. Look at this horrible pre-market action. But then at the open, you get this beautiful double bottom here. You get this squeeze above VWAP, tests it one more time. Got the 200 in here on the 5, and then just boom, takes off. So MU, JD, SQ, AMD, they're all these type of stocks you can watch. Even, you know, if there's something else going on, you could throw on your side list. So Abio, ACB is giving us some good volume. Yeah, my issue with ACB is that I don't have shares for short on it. That's my only problem with ACB, so that's why I might not watch it. All right, guys, we have quite a lot. Let's get some levels here. Eliminate some of the ones that don't look too great, and then we can start fine-tuning this list. So let's start with M. M has got some really good volume, 1.3 million shares traded. This is nice. Thank you for AJM telling us there's a conference call at 9:30 with this one, so you might want to wait until that takes place, see what kind of tone this stock is going to take. High of the pre-market, 23.74. That's a nice level there. You can see you have several days testing this as support. Above this, pretty choppy on the daily chart, so I'm trying to find the best level. Clearly this is a level all the way up here, right? It's a very clean extreme reversal there. You have another one right in here around 25, actually right at 25. You have a nice level here, several days testing that. You have a moving average just slightly above 23.74. I'm not going to mark it down. I'm just going to be aware that 24 is an area you want to watch out. And then I like this level here, 24.50ish. And I'll explain to you why. Notice how several days are banging themselves against that level, right? Clearly this one comes right up, heads back down, very close to it, not quite. Here again, testing that level until it finally breaks out of it. Then it comes right back down to test it one more time. So several days overall testing that level as support and resistance at around 24.50ish. So I'm going to mark that down. That could be a good area if this thing decides to go north again. Towards the bottom, right before the price action, we do have a level right in here, very clean one at 22.75, and another one on here, 23.27. Again, I know these are close in price, but that's the problem with M. M doesn't move much. So if you can get, you know, some good points out of this one, you know, you should be happy, because the ATR, I think, is their movement is pretty slow. So right on here towards the bottom, I'm not going to add anything because you have way too many already. You have the previous highs and lows for the last 2 days, these two here, and then you have the big significant one, which is the previous day close. So I don't need to add two more on towards the bottom. Again, M has some good volume right now. Let's see if we can get a better pre-market action going here. Next we have Teva. Teva is starting to bounce back, still very flat pre-market action. Got some volume, I got a lot sitting on here, 197, but overall it still has 602,000 shares traded, so this is quite a bit. But the daily chart is interesting. You know, this is the key with Teva. This daily chart it seems to be losing these levels, seems very weak, and it cannot find a bottom, gapping down 3.6 today again. So high of the pre-market sitting at 1182, low of the pre-market sitting at 1153, and then we got this 1133. We went back all the way to 2000 to find that 1153, and I think the all-time low sitting at 944. So let's see what Teva does today. It's not a short selling restriction yet. It was yesterday, so I suspect that today we're going to probably have the exact same thing. So Teva is interesting. What I don't like about Teva is this nasty flat pre-market action. This is the one thing that does not have going for it. But I do like this drop. I do like the daily chart, how it's been dropping here. So let's see how it goes with this one. JKS down 7.2. Pre-market action looks horrible though. This right here, this is scary. I don't like to see this type of algo-like trading in the pre-market. So down 7.2, has 387,000 shares traded. We can mark down some levels. Very clean level here at 1620. Slightly above the pre-market, but I think it can come down and test that now in a few minutes. Pre-market low sitting at 1640. We'll mark it down in case it cannot break it. We already have that level in there. But the next one clearly 1620. Below that, you have another couple of days testing this 1574, and then right here another couple of days testing this 1509. Then you have a moving average at 14 down here. I'll mark it just because I'm here already. 14, you have a moving average. That's a big drop. Don't expect that it's going to drop that further down. Here towards the top of the price action, we have 1676, and I think that's the only one you need to add. High of the pre-market. The rest are here for you based on this this chart. High and lows for the last 2 days and previous day close right in here. All right. So this one looks good. The only problem with this one is, again, it's just this pre-market action. I'm not a fan of it, so I might drop this one off the list. IMGN, I don't like this pre-market action. This one trades very funky as well. So me personally, I just don't like this stock at all. I'm just going to remove it. It looks interesting because it's down 30%, but it's one of those stocks that you really want to probably stay away from. So I'm going to remove this one. Let's look at AMD. AMD I'm going to have as a possible. If there's some other stocks that do not look better, I'm going to have this one on here because I know like a MU, they're going to get the volume. And it's been trading so nicely. Even believe it or not, even with this crappy daily chart, it's been trading real nice. Nice level here at 28.12. Another great level here at 29.08, and all the way at the top here at 29.94. Towards the bottom, it seems to be sitting right on a level now. This low of the pre-market 26.92. I'm going to mark that down. And look at that 26.92 being tested here, several days opening and closing around that area. So I think that's going to be a possible area of support. Towards the bottom, you have a moving average here. I'm going to mark down 26.50. That's a good moving average to have on AMD. All right, pre-market action right now is looking so-so. It's got some volume as usual. Let's see how that develops. Apple looks good. Apple is dropping nicely here. It's got some nice volume. We are in between some levels right now. I don't think we need to add anymore besides the previous day the low of the pre-market. I'm going to add that one in just in case it holds here and it puts in a bounce. But right now it's really stuck within some really good levels, previous day highs and low from 2 days ago. And then we also have on here, we have the gap we're trying to close. Actually, we can mark this gap here, 192.88. That's the gap. We can get above this 190. It's been testing it several times, having a difficult time getting above it. If it can break that, 192 could be a very possible target. All right, there it is. Starting to put in a bounce. Let's see if we can hold that. JD is getting active on the move here. So I'm interested in JD today to see what it's going to do. The last several days has really ran, not right at the open. It's been choppy, but later in the day, mid-morning or so, it's been doing some stuff. So I want to take a look at it today. High of the pre-market 30.15. Above that, nice level at 30.86. Towards the bottom is looks like it wants to crack the low of the pre-market, so I'm not going to mark it right now. Looks like it's ready to break that. But you do have a level right in here on this day, and you also have a moving average around 29.18. So let's see if we can get down to there. And then below that, previous day highs and lows, and also previous day low from 2 days ago. And then a nice level down here, right? This is the lowest it came. And you have a moving average here also. You can mark that down as well, 26.31. All right, folks. Again, I think we have plenty of levels on JD. Not looking too interesting right now, but I do like the daily chart. It really needs more volume to get going. All right, now BABA is very interesting. You can see here, and it popped up nicely, but now it's just giving it all back. It's about to be flying any minute now. So high of the pre-market sitting at 183.45. Towards the bottom, low of the pre-market 173.68. Then you have another daily level here and a moving average as well at 178.86. Let's see what it does here. Anything other levels between that 178 and that 175? It would be nice to get a level. Yeah, I like this level in here. Check this out, guys. This one here, 177.02. So while we're picking this level, we have this day bouncing off from here. We have several days bouncing off from here as well, and these two bouncing off from that 77.02. So that could be a very good possible area. You can see it's been bouncing between these levels now in the pre-market. So at the open, this is going to be interesting because it's got some serious volume. Look at this in here, 3.9 million shares traded so far. So that's going to be interesting to see how that develops at the open. Could be very choppy though. All that type of volume, the open could be very violent. So it would be a good advice to wait the 5 minutes on that one. All right, BPTH. I feel like I already had my fun with BPTH. I feel like if I trade it again, it's gonna get me back. Not really the case, but I have the pre-market on BPTH is 1956. We have some clear levels here. Not the best daily chart. Obviously, look at this. This is real nasty here. Look at all the volume and how this just comes right back down. This has been just consolidating, chopping around over the last couple of days. I guess they had some news yesterday, Norm, that they had this huge pop here. Is that what's going on?
You know, I'm not sure on the news on BPTH, frankly.
Okay.
Let me look.
Yeah, so something's definitely going on. It's a really nice pop there, and then today they're up a bit, 2.4. Not with crazy volume. The volume is only 84,000 shares traded, but I know this right here is going to catch people's attention. It closed very strong towards the close yesterday, so this looks like it's going to be in play. So it'll be fun to even watch, even if you don't trade this. Again, be very careful. The ATR on this is just insane. Another level down here below the previous below the price action, right, you have the previous day low, and you also have the previous day close, very near each other. So I'm not going to mark the previous day low. I'll just use the previous day close. But below that, you have this clean level here, 1748. You see several days testing this on here. They cannot crack it. And they're also kind of just trading within a range. You have another level down here as well, at around 16. Then you have the low over here also. So plenty of levels on BPTH. Again, I think this will be more for entertainment purposes today for me. TLRY. This one I'm not even going to touch. I mean, this is one that we've seen is just so wild. But I'm sure it's going to be in play today. But just look at what's the ATR on this, by the way? Just curious. ATR is $2.64 on us, and the flow is 13.7 million. So yeah, I think it's going to be active today, but again, I'm just not going to watch it, so I'm going to delete it from here. ACB looks very interesting, very active. Look at the volume, 1.3 million shares traded. This is quite a bit. This is interesting. Let's see. Let's get some levels on here. So right now it's
order flow. Looks like the market's already open.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, it's just look at the 1 minute chart. That looks funky on the way this is trading. Yeah. So let's go down here. Right now it looks like it's fighting with the previous day, close from 2 days ago. 2 days ago close. It's fighting with that right now. Below that, I'm going to mark this level down here, 734. It's followed by this moving average as well, which is nice. And then below this, we have another clear level down here. I'm trying to get something in here that looks clean. Maybe this 703. That looks like a level where you have some support and resistance. Between the 734 and 791, I don't see any clean level here. It just looks very choppy. This is the best one, 734. But be on the lookout for 750. If you hit 750, that's a nice move. You definitely want to take advantage and partial out at that point. And then towards the top, previous day highs and lows, previous day close. You got some moving averages coming down here as well. Don't need to add any more on there. BYND, not doing much right now, but we expect this one to possibly hit our scanners. I'm going to remove it today. But let's get some levels just in case, and that's it. That was easy. 85.29 is the only one you really have. The rest are on here for you. You got some moving averages down here. You got some previous day close, previous day highs and low. Again, not really active right now, but we'll look out for this one in our scanners because it had a big day yesterday and the day before. It looks like it might be trying to break out of this 85.29, or it could be finding resistance right in this area at 80 and head right back down to these moving averages. So I'll remove this one, but we have our levels in case it hits our scanners. BPTH, I'm going to watch for entertainment. What else we have here? ARCI, what is that one doing? Let's bring this up. ARCI. Yeah, it's just selling off. And the float on this one was 600 and 605. Yeah, this is just not making
Garbage.
it. Yeah, garbage, exactly. Just get rid of it. All right, guys, I see some questions. Let me just get you guys some answers. So SM Carlos, how many stocks do you actively watch in the morning? 6. 6 is the number of stocks I watch. And out of that 6, I usually have my 3 favorites that I keep right in the front screen. So I try to pick out the 3 best ones based on criteria, price range, ATR, the one that looks better on the daily chart. Just, out of the 6, I usually have a few that I'm like, okay, these look really good. Everything's clicking for them. The daily chart, the pre-market action, the spread, and so forth. All right, guys. So anything else? This is what we have so far. I still have one too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 on here. Okay, let's see. Let's just go through these again, guys. So let's look at M. All right, M is bouncing. I like that. It's got some volume. Let's look at Teva. Teva is interesting, heading back down to this low over here. So that's interesting on Teva. JKS. JKS is so-so. This one I might drop. This one just it looks a little funky right now. AMD, Apple, JD starting to get a little active, and Baba's just really holding on to his previous day close here with some serious activity, man. Volume is at 4.1 now, so that's nice. ACB starting to get going. I like ACB too. So we have a few that are looking great, and BPTH is here for entertainment purposes. All right, that's what I have so far, guys. Anything else, Norm, that you like that you'll be watching today?
There was one other. Now I had VIRT, but I'm going to delete that because it's just it's no good price action. So my list is pretty similar to yours at the moment.
Okay, excellent. So here we have one that's popping up, VIRT. You have that one, you said?
That was the one I just mentioned, and
Okay.
the action right now is pretty worthless. So.
Yep, yeah, not doing much here. And then MT we know about, guys. MT is also up here, but we know MT is just straight horrible. Look at this daily chart here. It's foreign stock, not really tradable. So, all right, we have in our chat, PLC. That's Children's Place, PLCE. Yep, not much volume on that one at the moment. Next we have TWO. Yep, no activity right now. PD, let's look at PD. PD has a nice little pop here, but again, just not much going for it at the moment. Really no activity, only 5,000 shares traded. Let's look at Unit. Unit is down 9.9, so that's nice. That's a good drop here. We traded this one in the past too. This one is all right. The only one thing that doesn't have right now is the volume, but I like this one. We traded before in the past and it traded well, so let's look for some levels on it just to have it ready. Low of the pre-market sitting at 973. Oh, maybe not. 960 at the moment. See if you can hold that. Then you have some levels down here at 923 and another one down here at 811. And then towards the top, you got some consolidation happening here within this area, 1030. And then you have the previous day highs and close. So starting to get going, but it really needs a lot more volume to be active. BAC, what?
I do like I do like the daily on Roku. It's kind of in a consolidation point. I'll keep it on my radar in case it starts to want to break out toward like 85-ish.
Yeah, that is actually a beautiful daily chart here. After this beautiful pop, just kind of holding here. Yeah, this has potential to break out as well. So I'll throw this on here also. And actually, all the levels are already on here for you. Higher all-time high sitting at 84, 40, 86, 40, 45 or so. Yeah, this has a very nice daily chart. Bank of America was one that we were looking at. Again, Bank of America is just difficult to trade. Just doesn't move
Just doesn't
much.
move.
Yeah, it doesn't move. It'll get the volume, and it'll take forever to get a 20 cents, if at all, out of this stock.
I mean, it looks like it's dropped a ton, and it's dropped what, 25, 30 cents or something.
Yeah. That's the thing with this one. So again, just very difficult to trade unless it really goes on some serious movement, some kind of news or something. It's just really not tradable. Yesterday traded well. Yesterday gave you several moves on here, gave you about 30 cents or so. So that was a nice pop, maybe 40 cents here. But again, that's not usual. This is not the way the stock normally trades. All right, guys. Norman, do we have any announcement? I know we have some good stuff coming up this weekend over in Texas.
Yeah. Big weekend in Texas. We got Andrew coming to town. Be here Sunday in Dallas. He and I will be at Moxie's Uptown, Dallas, 5 o'clock. And then in Austin on Monday at North Italia, the Domain. So come out and see us, guys. If you're watching us on YouTube and haven't been in the room before, you can try the trial membership for $24. Use the promo code PREMARKET24, all one word, no spaces in there. Trying to think, Carlos, I'm leaving something out.
No, I think you got it all.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you got it all. I can't think of anything else neither. All right, so that's what we have, guys. This is my list. Definitely too much on here. As we get closer to the open, as I look at, oh, there we go. Brian just reminding us Thursday, a lifetime webinar tomorrow, and class 5 tomorrow
night.
Tomorrow night. So we have a class 5.
Busy night.
So, I have a little way too many stocks on here, so I got to get rid of 1 or 2 at least. I'm gonna just keep watching this and see which one looks better. I'm gonna narrow this down to 6. So I'm just gonna keep watching it towards closer to 9:30 and see what develops. So we got a good question on here from Jellybean. Do we wait for the price to break out, or do we buy at the VWAP? Sometimes he finds it confusing on the recast when Andrew buys at VWAP. You know what? It depends. I done both. I done the breakout and I done buying at VWAP. For the open range breakup, I done buying at VWAP and I also done the breakout. So I think the price action and the experience. I mean, I can't talk enough about the experience and how that helps determine, when is a good entry and when it's not. If you try to search, and this is for a lot of new traders, not just you, Jellybean, just anyone that's a new trader or trying to trade a different strategy. If you try to search for a specific, like 100% entry signal, you're not going to find it. Sometimes that's if you go in with that mentality, you're going to have a really tough time. The experience that you're going to get by trading, it's unheard of. That's the one thing that I can just say about that. Go ahead, Norm. You're going to say something?
Yeah, I was just going to say the VWAP versus a breakout. A lot of times if something's really strong or really weak and you're playing an opening range breakup or breakdown, you won't have a chance to get it at VWAP because it won't come back. Right. If you can wait, if you see any kind of weakness in it and you sense that it might come back to VWAP, then, if you can get in there, all the better, but it just doesn't happen sometimes. And sometimes I play both. Sometimes I'll take half my position at a break, and if it gives me the opportunity and comes back and touches VWAP before it starts to run again, I'll get in at VWAP if it'll hold for the rest of the position. So
yeah, absolutely. So
a lot of ways to do it.
Yeah, several ways to do it. I think the watching the price action and the candles, right? Seeing what information you're getting fresh is very important when it comes to making that decision to get in on a trade. All right, folks, that is the time we have. Unless there's any other questions in regards to this watch list here. Teva is losing it here. This looks nice. JKS now is bouncing back from this 1640. That's good. I still don't like the fact that it had this type of action here. This doesn't look great. Hopefully between now and the open, this starts to do a little nice flow here. AMD not doing much. Apple looks good, dropping nicely here, losing its low of the day. So this is good. We're getting some movement out of Apple. That's interesting. Next level on Apple we have is this one all the way down here. Previous day. I'm sorry, no. Should be closer than that. Yeah, 185-ish or so. So that's good. JD, let's see what it's doing. JD still looks crappy. So you know what? I'm gonna remove JD. Remove JD right now. Not much going on here. Baba is can't wait to see how that opens up. Be careful with Baba at the open. I think it can be very choppy just because when you have all that volume, there is such thing as too much volume. We talk about, so when you have too much volume at the open, it can really mess you up. ACB dropping nicely, 1.5 million shares traded so far. That is great. Roku not doing much right now, but Roku is one that again tends to be very active and hopefully looking for a breakout here. But I'm gonna put it down here on my side list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Still have one too many. All right, we'll decide in a few minutes which one we'll keep here. All right, guys, thank you for joining us on YouTube, guys. You guys have a great day. Trade safe today. Happy Wednesday, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, Thursday, 8:30 Eastern time.
Take care, guys. Trade safe.